You are now tuned in live to Seriously Not Another Podcast. I'm your host, Ben Ready.
Yes, sir.
Joined by my beautiful co-host, AC.
What's happening?
And we've been having technical difficulties. We're keeping our fingers crossed tonight. Those listening live, keep us in prayer as we as we get through this episode, and that this joint don't go up in flames. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody that's in the Facebook Live and on Spreaker.com. If you're on the Facebook Live, you want to hear the music and everything and all the sound effects or whatnot, go to Spreaker.com.
Yes.
Search for Seriously Not Another Podcast, or you can type in Townhouse Media and Blakata. Everything will be there.
And a who?
Blakata.
What's that?
Blakata.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you type it in and Blakata is right there.
Oh, all right. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got it.
Yeah, let's take the shots.
Already. Order matters.
Order
what do you
matter.
mean? That way.
The medicine.
Pal. Niggas need medicine. I got the flu out here.
Woo!
'Cause I'm sick of these.
And shout out to my guy Dane, man. I've been doing some business with Dane, and Dane is
Great Dane.
Dane is still a savage. Most definitely a savage. Ooh, that honey jack, man. I haven't.
You say that every time, bro.
Hey,
You say
man.
that shit every time. It's nothing new.
I'm like Will. Every time that beat come on, he got something to say.
I know. He be like, man.
Just every time.
Every time.
Every time.
This beat gets me every time.
Gets me every time.
I need a nigga to feel about me the way Will feel about that beat, you know?
Just want to hit you every time.
Every time. You know?
Every time.
Every time. How you doing?
I am. What
You don't
am
know
I
how
right
you
now?
doing.
I'm trash right now. I'm
Ooh,
trash.
Basura? You should
Basura.
have named this shit Basura.
Yeah, BFI, whatever you call it. This show wasn't even supposed to happen.
Nah.
You know, and I took a leap. Because we was going back and forth about, you know, how we was going to do it. And, you know, one of the ways we was going to do it was the portable way. And, you know, it wasn't going to have the same effect. Then we went to, well, maybe we shouldn't do it if we ain't going to do it right.
Correct.
And I say, you know what? You right. So let's do it right. And we jumped out there.
As soon as you agree with me, I'm like, nah, fuck that. We got to do it.
and we jumped out there, and
It's always my idea to not do the show, but then as soon as you agree with me, I'm like, nah, hell nah. I don't know. It's like I just be throwing it out there, but then it breaks my heart when you agree. So then I feel like I gotta like, nah, we gotta turn this shit up real quick. So
I mean, yes, and you know, hopefully, well, for those that's listening, last week, during the taping of No Rules podcast, there was electrical issues jumping off, and you know. You had to shut down everything recording, but you know, niggas had to jump out there. So if this shit get cut off mid-show, you understand why.
But we ain't gonna claim that. We ain't gonna claim that because you know we got some things to discuss this week.
We do. We have a lot of stuff to get to.
So shall we get into it or no?
Can you hear in your headphones pretty good?
I can hear in my headphones.
Okay,
Fine.
I gotta fix my shit because I don't know what's going on. Like I hear how I sound in your headphones. Do I sound low?
You sound fine.
Oh,
You're not
okay.
as loud as usual, but I can hear you.
Are you loud? Are you super loud in yours?
I can hear myself.
All right, because you super loud in mine.
Oh,
and I don't know.
Let me back up.
No, you good. No, it sounds good. I just, you know, it's just super loud, but it sounds wonderful. So,
you ready? We don't need them to know all the flaws. Damn.
Hey, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck is going on? So you know what time it is. Friday fuckery, and you know, this week, it's plenty of it. Plenty of it.
It's fucking nuts.
I'm like trying to figure out which one I want to dive into first. I'm just gonna go straight into it. Right before I came here today, well, not right before, but like a few hours ago, I was having a discussion with someone, who I have a history with.
Oh, history.
I have a history with this person.
Okay.
And this person asked me if I've ever gotten a DNA test on Nia. I'm like, what? DNA test? What? I don't have those issues. But
what?
So he said, well, have you ever gotten a DNA test on Nia? Because she might be mine. I'm like, what?
What?
Oh my God. That was a bit much for me. Now,
what? Why did he feel that she might be his?
I don't know, because I kept telling this person, like, there's no way that she could be yours. Like, I was not even dealing with you during the time period that she was conceived or whatever.
Right.
And so he's convinced that I was. I don't recall that at all. And so I can't tell if he was joking or serious. He might have been joking, but the point is that
somebody calling in already.
It's too early. They're gonna have to wait.
I don't know who that is.
It's astonishing to me that someone would ask me a question like that when my child is about to be 10 years old, and I've known this person for a very long time. So that was just mind blowing. Do you think there's a time frame in which someone should question if they're the father of someone's child?
Should you question? I mean,
if a certain span of time has passed, do you feel like you should just leave it alone, or would you still ask if you were curious? Put it that way.
This coming from the male side.
I'm talking to you. You're a male, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm asking you, like, say you suspected you might have been the father of someone's child. Whether there was any validity to it or not. But let's say you just had an inkling in your mind.
Nah, if years went by like that, I'd probably just be like, it can't be mine. Because you would think the person would say something.
I don't know. It's just mind blowing to me. Can I please get one of those paper towels? I'm having a little heat flash here. Thank you.
So, it's interesting. Like, I would really want to know what this person, like, why did he see any resemblance, or
I didn't even
you didn't even go into it.
I didn't get into that because I'm very confident in who my child's father is, and I'm not confident that person was serious. But I told this person that I was going to be discussing this tonight, so it's no secret here.
Do this person listen to the show?
I think now they do. So that was funny. Ladies and gentlemen, I know who my child's father is.
That's kind of odd, right? That shit is crazy.
I mean, is that the new pickup line? Like, what?
Hey, your kid might be mine. What? Nigga, what type of startup? I ain't got no game, and I got more game than that. I mean, let's be real. Hey, your daughter might be mine. What's the warm up to that? Like, did he think about that before he came over there?
I wasn't ready. Wait. I don't know, but that happened. So,
but
you still
this
want that?
This nigga was in the mirror before he got there. He was like, "Hey, the child's mine." No.
It's so crazy because I even told Nia. I was like, Nia, because Nia my homie.
Right.
I'm like, Nia, this person think he your father. She was like, really? Let me see what he look like.
Wow. Even she wanted to see. What did she see him?
She was like,
Yeah. Seeing how she was talking tonight, I can see that.
Oh God, I love my child, but I don't know. I'm not the typical parent. Most parents probably wouldn't even do that shit, but that's my homie, so we talk about everything.
So how did that conversation end?
I mean, like I said, we started talking about other shit, but I just thought that was crazy that even happened. Period. Like that was definitely not some shit I was expecting to happen this week. So in line with that, have you heard about this gentleman, this fucking twin sisters out here, and got both of them pregnant at the same time? Out here taking pictures with him, and he that nigga.
That one chick that was on the left picture, she didn't look pregnant. She probably just had the gut cracking. But
everybody keeps saying that one of them don't look like she pregnant, but they're both very so pregnant.
Now, if they pregnant, like, is that something to like celebrate? Like, why don't they feel bad?
Well, my thing is, I feel like this light is what's messing me up. You need to put that on you.
It ain't on neither one of us. It's on the ceiling.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, does he realize that his kids would be siblings and cousins?
They got to be in the South. Sorry to everybody listening from the South.
Did he ever consider the possibility that maybe
he
could have twins?
No.
Like, what if you had two sets of twins with twins?
Then
that's 4 kids at one time.
And he don't look like a nigga that can take care of 4 kids.
I don't know.
And there go 4 kids without their dad and uncle. Because uncles play a important part in men's lives.
Uncles are significant, but I never thought of my uncle as my dad.
So to lose your uncle and dad in one whop, man, that's tough.
Right. And me and my cousins beefing because,
Yeah. Bitch, you ain't my sister today. You my cousin.
Right.
Like, what?
It's wild.
It's like when kids tell they relatives they not their friend.
And then, like, I feel bad for the bitch's parents. Like, they both gonna need babysitters at the same time.
Bruh.
And what if they have twins? That's a lot of damn kids to be babysitting.
I don't even think that he thought into that. It's just a stupid nigga taking advantage of 2 more stupid women.
They look young.
And in his mind, and it's been niggas like bigging him up. Like, yeah, that's right. That shit is trash.
Yeah, they were like, oh, he living a dream and shit.
That shit is trash, bro. Like, I understand people that want to live into the polygamy and
but not with sisters.
The polyamorous shit. Like, we talked about that.
And that's not even polyamorous, because if those sisters are fucking each other, then that's a whole nother issue. Because I always wonder that when guys have that like fantasy about having a threesome with twin sisters,
right?
Are the sisters fucking each other? Is that a part of the fantasy, or is your fantasy that they're both like satisfying you? They
probably like help each other, like like if the one sister like push the yams towards the dude while he's smashing. Like, just like.
So you think that they're both like actively participating?
I wouldn't put nothing past nobody these days.
I mean, to me, it's not a threesome if everybody's not fucking each other.
Right.
So I don't see how a person could have a threesome with sisters and be comfortable with that.
I mean, shit. I don't know.
Like, the idea of it is a fantasy, but when you think about what you're actually doing, that shit's actually very weird.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, the people that's in them the comments that's bigging him up, they just as trash. Like, how that look as a people though? Like, we trying to move forward, and shit like that set us back.
I agree.
And niggas that think that's dope and high fiving, that shit is nasty, bro.
Well, let me ask you about some other shit that I heard about this week that some may think is nasty. I had someone tell me this week, I don't even know how it came up, but somehow or another we were talking about different things as far as ass play and stuff like that. And so, it's no secret. My ass is off limits. I'm not a fan. But the person I was talking to is an ass enthusiast. Well, they don't claim to be. But
ass enthusiast.
I think they're an ass enthusiast. And so somehow or another, we started talking about ass. And so the person told me that I don't know how it came up. We were talking about eating ass and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And so they were saying like, "Oh, I make sure my ass is clean though." So they didn't think it was nasty because they make sure their ass is clean. And then they told me that
Wow.
they stick their finger in their asshole
Uh-huh.
while they're taking a shower
Okay.
to make sure that their hole is thoroughly cleaned out. And so I told this person that I think
Is this a woman or a dude?
it's a woman.
Okay.
I told this person I think that's a little odd, because this person was under the assumption that this is a normal part of bathing for everyone, right?
The finger in the ass?
Right. Like that's a part of your bathing process. Like you shower, you do this, you do that, and then you go all the way in your asshole with your finger and like scoop around.
She like two knuckles deep?
I didn't ask that much. I didn't ask that much, okay? But my question is, am I in the dark? Was I supposed to be putting my finger in my asshole and do a little swirly swirl, like a roly issue to make sure it's clean? Or do you just like kind of take the towel and you kind of like, do a little wipe me down issue? Like what's the proper procedure to make sure your asshole is clean?
I mean, for somebody that's doing that, I get it. Like you because if you just go down to crack your ass just to crack your ass.
Really? I mean, I thought I don't know. Maybe this is TMI, but I feel like this could be a teaching moment for somebody. Somebody needs this message. Higher learning. This is what we're doing tonight.
Now, what if she's going like okay, let's say like if she's going like all the way here to the second knuckle, that's ridiculous. Like she's basically
see you going deep with it.
No, she's going deep with it.
I'm like you went deep. See, I don't know that this person is going that deep.
Mark said he heard of dudes having threesomes with cousins. That's trash too.
Dudes having threesomes with cousins.
That's trash as fuck.
Dudes having threesomes with cousins. I mean, cousins, okay.
That get it passed?
Well, I don't think that any family member should be engaging in sex with anybody, but I don't think cousins are quite as close as sisters. And like I said, and even then, like, when we say threesome, I need to know, is everybody fucking each other, or is it like a train?
I mean,
is it like him smashing both of them and they're just there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a threesome.
To me, that's not a threesome.
Everybody got to interact in the threesome.
That's what I think. I think a threesome is like everybody's pleasing everybody.
Yeah.
And if cousins are doing that, that's weird for sure. But nothing surprises me these days.
No. Especially the shit I've been seeing recently. I've been seeing some crazy shit. Shout out to I have to look it up. It's this group that my cousin added me to, and she was like, "You sure you want to get in there? There'll be some crazy shit in there." And there's some crazy shit in there, and it amazes me how really freaky people are. People think they freaks. Nah.
I know I'm not.
You go up into this group, you're going to see who the freaks is. Like motherfuckers into is it Playtex? This motherfucker had on like they posted a video. The motherfucker had on like this suit that was like suffocating his whole body.
Like latex.
Latex.
Yeah. I saw that on Real Sex a long time ago.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck? How can you enjoy this shit like that?
Yeah, I would get hot. That
shit's so tight
and
you can't even sweat.
That texture is not a good texture for me. If it's a nitro outfit, then I might be able to get jiggy with that. But I can't get jiggy with
what?
Latex.
What is that?
Nitro is a different material. Like, it's kind of like the more like velvety version of a latex glove. Like a latex glove, you can't even like rub them together.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna stop. But the nitro is like smooth. It's like the softer gloves.
Got you. And
I think that's the shit that the skin condoms are made of. The ones that I was telling y'all about.
Right. Yeah, I remember that episode.
It's like a slide. It's not a reject. It's a slide.
Okay. Go with the flow. But it's some crazy shit in there, and it was some like a lifestyle. Like it was crazy. I don't know if I'm giving too much info, but it was this they have like lingo for like, it's like the dark side of freakiness. Like they have lingo for stuff that I didn't know about, like lifestyle. Like this person not of the lifestyle, and the lifestyle is yeah.
I mean, it's the same way with people who like swing and all that stuff.
And that shit blows me away. And I told her when she added me, I'm like, yeah, add me. I probably can come up with some topics in there or whatnot. And matter of fact, I need to ask Vicky F. Wet and what she think about it, because I added her in there. Oh, and I also added Nympho of the No Rules podcast. I didn't know. If you want to, well, yeah, you should be in there. You should be in there.
I'm like, you sit here with me every week, nigga. I can't not talk about some shit every week. But anyway.
Now I added her because she's out there. Because everybody out there is either in that group is from Vegas or Baltimore.
All right.
She said, "Aye, Captain." Oh, okay, so yeah, she's seen the crazy shit. I know she see, and they do this shit in there called
What up, Talk Flirty? What's happening, Mark? No rules.
They be doing that Titty Tuesday, all crazy shit.
Oh yeah, that's out. I'm definitely not putting my shit out there.
It's not showing, but it's enough. It's enough. It's crazy, man. That it's a world like that, and I'm glad it's a place where they can feel.
I got my prep shirt on today.
Prep?
GetPrepLA.com, ladies and gentlemen.
What is that?
It's the pill you take so you don't get that shit.
Oh shit! What that? Like the STDs and all that?
HIV.
Oh, okay.
The real shit.
Yeah, okay. Y'all
Philadelphia issue.
Y'all trust that pill if y'all want to and go out here and go crazy.
Look, it's been proven.
Wow. But it don't stop other STDs.
No.
Yeah, so y'all want to go get PrEP?
But this is no different from birth control. It stops you from getting pregnant, but it don't stop you from catching shit.
Yeah,
People have been taking that shit every day for years.
So people are stupid to where they'll take that shit like, oh, I can't catch AIDS. Go out there and get the clap and.
Well, that's what's been happening actually. Because syphilis was back on the rise for a minute.
That nigga said if you don't add, but see that's the thing. If I add people and they not active, y'all gonna get kicked right back out. And only
Mark said, I knew he was going to say something. I just didn't want to say it for him. But when you started throwing out them names, I'm like, wait a minute. Why he didn't add me and Mark to that shit?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you not...
I can see why you might not add Will, because, he might not be ready for all that shit.
But if y'all not active in there and active, y'all going to get kicked out.
You active?
The only reason I'm in there because my cousin run it. I just said, my cousin run it. That's the only reason I'm in there. I actually got kicked out. And I told her, I'm like, damn, somebody kicked me out. She was like, what? They tripping. And she added me back in there. So if y'all, I can add y'all, but if y'all not active, they gonna do the clean sweep because they gonna think people lurking.
I have a feeling that some people may be active, even though you may not realize it. But anyway, we have other topics.
Some people may be active even if you don't realize it. In the group?
Meaning like the people who we're talking about, like our little group as far as people that's going to be added in there. How do you know who's going to be active and who's not?
Oh, no, I'm just saying. Well, if y'all don't, like you just said, you're not going to put your, like that Titty Tuesday shit, you're not going to put your shit in there. That's not being active.
Because I'm not posting my titties. I'm not active.
Hey, man, that's how it goes.
I might comment on the titties like, oh, okay.
I'm telling you.
Applause, whatever.
They be pressing the issue. Like, it's like people getting freebies in there. It's nuts. It's nuts.
Look, well, maybe I don't need to be a part of that. I'll just take your word for it.
Yeah, it's nuts in there. Yo, boy, that nigga Nympho in there. Nympho be in there.
I mean, come on. The name speaks for itself.
Oh, man. Shout out to Nympho, man.
Man, shout out to John Singleton.
Oh, man.
Rest in peace, John Singleton.
Cue the Boys to Men. It's so... Okay, go ahead.
Say goodbye. Hey! To what we had.
Come on.
All I know. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. All I know. The hell?
I tried, nigga. I tried, okay?
She tried to hit that.
Too much light in here. Shit.
The light made her choke.
Well, anyway, shit, okay? My boy passed away.
Rest in peace.
I'm just like, I can't even deal with this shit. You know, it's like, I feel like this year is not going the way I expected. You know, I feel like every year we always be like, oh, this gonna be the year right here. Like, 2019, this is it, Fuck 2019. Can we just fast forward to 2020?
Man.
2020 gonna be the year.
And they took Nip, they took John Singleton and Iron Man. What is going on out here, man?
I mean, it's wild,
What
it's wild. And I mean, even besides, the deaths, it's just been so much like, I don't know. I mean, I just feel so much like tension, just
it's a lot of that.
Overall, like, I was just talking to someone on my way here and they were telling me like, yo, that peace treaty shit is out,
Yeah, it's only certain
which
games.
We already knew that it wasn't gonna. I wasn't expecting it to be no long term peace treaty, but just even shit like that, it's just like it's just been so much. I don't know. It's not positive. I'm not feeling the love like in 2019.
Nah, I mean, look, people don't want to get better. You know what I'm saying? So even when it comes to times like the Nipsey shit, that shit lasted for a few days. Now, it's still people going strong with it because there's still gangs that's cool, but it's always going to be that rotten apple. Is it rotten apple or bad apple? Whatever the saying is in the bunch. And, I've been
what up, Niecy?
And I've been on it about in every show that I've been on fucking Townhouse Media about the destroy and rebuild. Like, the bad apples gotta go. Like, we gotta get these niggas out of here because we never gonna go. A lot of people it's just gang banging. They don't have nothing left. But
the problem with the whole get rid of the bad apples concept is that the bad apples is far greater than even the people you're talking about. We got family members as bad apples. We got coworkers as bad apples. I mean, I'm just talking about just over the overall energy I've been feeling over the last couple months, just period, with the exception of like my Townhouse family has been very heavy, like at work.
Really?
Just like out and about. Like, I really be hearing people talk about how stressed out they are and stuff. Like, I was just sitting somewhere having something to eat at lunch the other day, and I heard the people over at the next table talking to me about how, or they weren't talking to me, but they were talking to each other about how they feel like it's not enough time in the day, and they just feel like the time has just been going by so quickly, and they feel like they can't get shit done or whatever.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm one of them people.
We talked about that a couple weeks ago. We're like, damn, this week flew by or whatever. And so on one hand, it's cool. Like, oh, cool, it's already Friday. But then sometimes you be feeling like shit. Like, I didn't accomplish shit this week. Like, this week just flew by, and I didn't have time to do this. This nigga got clothes that need to be washed. It's just like, I don't know. I just feel like this overall like energy. There's just like a sense of like, I don't want to say hopelessness because that's a very strong word, but very just strong. Like, people feeling a little inadequate because of the fact that they're putting unreasonable expectations on themselves too. That some shit is just out of our control. You know what I mean?
I mean, with the losses of, like the Nipsey situation, that shit took a lot out of people. And like I said before, like seeing there's Nipsey in all of us, meaning we all come from the inner city and we all want to give back. And like I said, like, is that what we are rewarded with? When we give back and want to walk amongst our people. So it's like people people do lose hope. They do lose hope.
I mean, look, I'm gonna read a couple of these comments and then I'll make my comment. Talil, what's up? He said the young fools is the ones they don't, or I'm thinking he said that the young fools is the ones that don't have kids or worries. They drugged up and full of hate. Okay. Then Nisi said, I wonder if it's the 30-year-old cool down. Like, you get into your 30s and you start looking at shit like, damn, what am I doing with my time and my life? She said, I feel like that too. I definitely think that's part of it.
Yeah, that could be a big part of it.
That's part of it. I think part of it too, like, there's like two types of people. There's the people who always on motherfuckers' couches who don't worry about shit because they always seem to find a way to
maneuver through the bullshit.
And then it's motherfuckers like us who's out here trying to do all these great things, and we set these high ass goals for ourselves, and we so eager to make a difference and do all these things that sometimes we kind of, you know, aren't realistic about what all it's going to take, and you know how stressful it's going to be to get there, you know,
right?
Because there are people like Nip or John Singleton or whoever, where it's like, you know, you look at them and they make that shit look easy, you know? It's like, and us down here, you know, just like on the ground level trying to do this shit and still pay the bills and go to work and do all that shit is difficult, you know?
You know, I mean, it is, but we all are in control of our shit. Because if we could find our way to do bullshit, then we could find our way to do real shit and meaningful shit.
But even with that, like, which I was planning to talk about a little later because it's not necessarily in line with what we're talking about, but I saw this video with the dark skinned Aunt Vivian from Fresh Prince, because you got to specify it was two. The dark skinned Aunt Vivian from Will Smith, she was kind of like having a little rant or whatever, because, you know, there's been like this ongoing thing with her and Will Smith or whatever, where I guess she calls herself feeling like, you know, basically like Will Smith could have done more to like kind of keep her on the show or like help her career after her leaving the show. And so long story short, like she made this video where she was basically talking about how her being on that show was like one of the worst decisions she ever made. And she feels like, you know, basically she hasn't been able to get any work after that. And one of the things she was saying is that she feels like, even though as Black people, we always say that we're supposed to like support each other and, you know, try to help uplift each other, she feels like Black people are actually the worst when it comes to that shit. Like she feels like Black people tear each other down, and you know, we actually sometimes even go out of our way to try to like make it harder for somebody or whatever, when we have the platform to make it easier or whatever. And so even though she was kind of on a rant, I did kind of take a little bit of that message, because I was thinking about, like, for example, like even our shit, I got people like how we've said in the past, like, who could be sharing it or even just listening or whatever.
Right.
People don't support each other. Like how I see, you know, like Niecy got her book, or such and such got a clothing line or something. Like we always supporting each other like that. But I feel like as a whole, we don't do that, you know?
No.
And it don't take nothing to do it.
Well, that's because we act like we want to shine with each other. And I mean, as don't
want to see each other be great.
That's what I'm saying. As a whole, like, we always want to outdo somebody. Oh, nigga, you ain't got this. Nigga, you ain't got that. But the people, the Black people, as far as like artists and entertainers, I'll say rap artists, because R&B and actors don't do that. But let's say like a rapper would have like, oh, nigga, you ain't got this $2,000 pair of shoes and these $1,000 pair of socks. Nigga, my whole outfit is $50,000. I'm walking around $50,000 with voodoo in my pocket.
Right.
Why is you?
Like Flirty said, is this a pro-Black episode? We're a pro-Black show. He just don't want to admit it.
It's a lot. It's been a lot going on,
nigga,
man.
We're a pro-Nigerian show, nigga.
I don't know about all that.
What do you mean?
Nigga,
but anyway. No, but on a serious note, though. This wasn't even supposed to be a topic, but I guess the whole point that I was making,
it wasn't
in line with, you know, the whole thing with like John Singleton and Nipsey passing, and me knowing the nature of how niggas work, like this nigga fucking twin sisters will be a distraction from that, or, you know, the bullshit that we be seeing on our timeline and stuff, like in a week or so, like I still see people posting about Nipsey and stuff, but in a few weeks, they're not going to be posting about him no more. Like, you know, John Singleton just passed, but 2 months from now, nobody's going to be talking about that shit. Like, that's just the nature of how shit goes. But in an ideal world, of course, we're supposed to, like, you know, see these things happen and try to be motivated to be the next.
Well, they've been going strong. I mean, Nip been going for a month now, a month and a couple of days or a day or two. Like, it's been going strong.
It has.
Because I still, like, no matter whether I see, I'll be like, damn, this nigga gone. Like, knowing everything that he had going and that he was gonna do. Like it's gonna keep going because that video with DJ Khaled be out in a minute. That was like the last video he shot.
Now
so.
people starting to just post bullshit though. I seen a dude post some shit today talking.
Oh
about,
my God.
He was like, he like, man, he like, niggas really fucked with Nip heavy, man. Like I was watching a porno today and this nigga had on a Crenshaw shirt. Like how I'm supposed to get my shit off, man? And now I'm thinking about the homie Nip really going. Like, you know, I mean, it's like stupid as fuck.
Yo.
Honestly, I wasn't even mad at that post because it's like, you know, we don't, obviously it's not a joking matter, but sometimes you got to kind of have a little bit of laughter about some shit just so you don't be like all down in the dumps. It was totally fucking ridiculous. But it's just like niggas is just starting to like just be stupid with this shit now.
Yeah, I seen it. I seen a video today. I was talking to Young Dolly and I sent it to him. It was a chick. You know how they do them those video the makeup videos?
Yeah.
And they do their hair away. Well, the chick made herself try and look like Nipsey Hussle.
Oh my God.
I say, yeah, come on now. This ain't what it's about. And then that one light skinned nigga that tried to redo the picture he was light skinned nigga with the beard and wrote the tattoos on the side of his face and he tried to recreate the picture. Like that's not what it's about. Those are the clout chasers.
Niecy said she's still posting it. That shit don't feel real.
Yeah, the marathon's still going.
And she was, she just posted something. Yeah, they just throwing Nip on random memes with shit he ain't never said. Sometimes it's best to just be by yourself with it. Yeah, I saw that shit. That sometimes it's just best to be by yourself with a pic of Nip with his head down. That shit was dumb as fuck. Like, I saw that shit. I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do with Nipsey? Did you see that? It was literally a picture of Nipsey and the caption, or not the caption, but the letter said, sometimes it's best to just be by yourself. What the fuck is what?
Yeah, they starting to reach now. It's unbelievable the amount of cloud chasers that came out with this Nipsey death, and still coming out,
Yeah, it's wild, but all in all, ladies and gentlemen, keep your head up. You know, the marathon does continue. You know, and as we all know. Look, I've never personally trained from a marathon, but what I heard from my fit friends, you know, it's a lot of preparation that goes into marathons and shit. So with that said, you know, it's not an overnight process. We just conditioning ourselves because 2020 gonna be the year. Goddamn it, 2020 is it.
2020 gonna see everything clearly.
Nigga, what you say? 2020 is the goddamn year. What do you mean? What? Depend on the election. Well, from what it sounds like, I'm going to get reparations one way or the other.
Man, that shit, we ain't getting no fucking reparations.
I don't give a fuck if they gave me $50. I want it. What?
Them niggas, is not getting no That's just to buy a vote.
Shit, nigga. I'm 32% Nigerian.
Just like we thought.
Need all my shit.
Just like we thought Obama was going to help us.
Nah.
Everybody.
I don't want to go on record.
Everybody.
I never was convinced that Obama was going to do all these great things.
You voted for him.
I did vote for him, but shit, the opposite party wasn't talking about nothing too much better. It's like the lesser of two evils, which is usually what it is most elections. But I'm just saying that I never felt like he was going to do all these great ass things for black people as a whole. I felt like he did what his agenda was to do, which was to get that Affordable Care Act passed. That was like his thing.
And let gays get married.
Shit, you know?
And let gays get married. That was his shit.
I mean, look. I think his whole thing was equality. And at that time, gay was the new black. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Because basically they was feeling what black people have felt for years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no fucking gays the new black shit.
I mean, it is.
No, it's not. Gays went through slavery.
Well, I wouldn't say all that.
What? Explain gays the new black. Let's hear it from AC.
Oh God, this is not a topic.
No, I know none of this stuff is a topic, but you brought it up. I would love to hear how gays the new black.
When I say gay is the new black, I just mean like, for example, you know how. Say a gay couple is out in public and people have a problem with them doing PDA. You know, it's like they feel like they should keep that shit over there. You know, go to the gay place. Don't come to our place. Like, that's how it was, you know, during the Jim Crow era, you know, where black people had to, you know, couldn't be out seen doing certain shit. You know, they didn't have the right to marry each other, similar to how, you know, even with the interracial dating. I mean, people just had a problem with black people doing shit that they felt like black people shouldn't be doing. And I feel like that's how a lot of people feel with gay people. They feel like gay people shouldn't be doing certain shit based on their personal feelings about what they feel gay people should or should not be doing. And with that said, gay is the new black in the sense that it took all that shit to happen in order for them to have the right to do what everybody else can do.
All what shit happened with the gays?
Like all that fucking bill that got passed, or the whole thing, I think it was Prop 8 or whatever it was, that shit had to go through like twice before that shit finally got passed.
No, I'm asking, you said all that shit happened for them to be happy, or for them to be where they trying to be at.
She says, Niecy said, when I said it's the new black, that's a fashion comment, not a race comment, Ben. Because like people say that oftentimes about a lot of things, like such and such is the new black. But when I said it, I did kind of mean the race, because thing is that to some extent, I feel like anytime someone doesn't have the equal rights to do what other people are able to do, it's similar to what we had to go through as black people. I'm not saying that it's totally equivalent.
Not even a little bit.
Because, I mean, we got stolen from our country and had to work for free for 400 fucking years. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, nobody.
But I'm just saying, anytime someone is not being treated equally.
So that's black.
Then it's still quick. I feel like Mexicans are the new black. The shit that they trying to do to the Mexicans, you know, I feel like they going in hard on them.
The illegal Mexicans, not all Mexicans, the illegal ones. The ones that's here illegally.
Personally, I think the shit that he be talking about, I don't think he's really taking the time to try to differentiate. Now, naturally, if these people have citizenship, there's not much that he can do. But I don't know that he really gives a fuck. I think when he just sees Mexicans as a whole, he just sees whatever his views are of Mexicans. And he wants to fucking build a wall to make it to where their asses could just disappear. I mean, little do he know, like, motherfuckers will still find a way over there.
I wonder, do they feel that way? Like, do
well, they're never going to want to equate themselves to being black. And even with the shit they going through, they still feel like they better than us.
Shit.
So I know that's not going to happen. But I'm just saying that that's the reality. It's like everybody have their error. You know what I mean?
Basing it off the new black, though, nobody has seen the shit black people have, except maybe the Jewish people in the Holocaust.
You see the shit you talking about. We talked about that like what a few weeks ago. I'm trying to think what episode it was. I think it was that craft theory episode, because she basically said you black before you're gay. When an officer see you, your sexual preference doesn't matter. Your skin tone does. Remember we talked about that, and that's what I said. I feel like what you said. I feel like your race precedes your sexuality, but I think it was journalists was saying like not necessarily, because oftentimes we'll be like, oh, that gay nigga from such and such before we say like, oh, the black nigga or whatever from such and such. So, but that's a whole.
I have been wanting to say that black gay nigga from whoopty whoop whoop. But I say black first, cause you can get it misconstrued like that.
I agree with Niecy. I feel like race precedes sexuality, but again, this was not on the agenda, so let's carry on. Which one do I want to talk about next? I feel like we done got so heavy. How do I turn back from here?
I know we fucked around and we ain't even we ain't even do the full on take on Singleton. We didn't talk about none of the movies.
Well, let's get back on John Singleton. I want to talk about how the man barely even got the plug pulled, and they already having a dispute about who's in control,
who's
of
over
the
stuff,
affairs and all this stuff like that between the mother and the daughter and all that. That's another problem that is prevalent in our community.
Oh yeah,
That shit happens so frequently. I mean, when my grandfather passed, like right before my grandfather passed, it was like everybody just like acted like they knew, like, oh yeah, we know your grandfather wanted you to have that house. Are you gonna move into the house and da da da? Like just acting all supportive, like, oh, you should get some lights here and da, all that shit. I mean, it was barely a week past, and one of my cousins called me talking about, oh, she called an attorney because basically, like, the house wasn't technically in my grandpa's name; it was still in my great grandmother's name, and basically they feel like they should all, have access to the house or whatever.
That happens all the fucking time.
It's not even about the paperwork. Sometimes it's just about right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because in my case, my cousins all own property. Like the cousin who did this and all her children all own homes.
Right.
Whereas me and my mom rent. And my grandpa didn't legally change the paperwork over to his name, but he had been paying the property taxes for like over 20 years. So
right.
he probably didn't even think, and that's another thing. Like, sometimes we don't always know the right way to handle shit, but that's another subject. But saying all this to say that regardless of whether the paperwork said it was my grandpa's house, it was my grandpa's house. He had been there for over 20 years. He had been taking care of that shit all that time. Why would you want to do that?
Because
and all of that, I think she probably got maybe like $20,000 or some shit like that out of the deal. And that house was worth like $300,000.
Wait.
But by the time they divided it between
okay, yeah.
My great grandmother had 4 kids, and then since all of her kids passed, they divided it up between all of their kids or whatever.
Right.
So by the time they divvied everything up, I think the max that one person got was like $20,000, and then everybody else may have got like 10, 8.
Yeah. See, now that's how it's supposed. Well, at least they did it right. I went through that with my family where there was money from my grandfather passing, and at the time there were 3 remaining siblings left, or the kids left. Now, how it's supposed to go? Your people did it right. They
not really though, because
no,
I didn't get anything.
Well, but your mom,
my mom and my uncle did.
That's how it's supposed to go. But when you're okay, so it was 7 kids total from my grandma and grandfather. At the time, it was only 3 alive. So what happens is when that money comes, it goes to the ones that's alive, and then it goes to the surviving children.
Correct.
Or the oldest child is how it's supposed to go. Now, when that happened, we didn't get none of that. We didn't touch none of that. It was just they kept it amongst themselves. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But this is what happens a lot of times with black people.
Right.
When people pass, money situations, house situations. It happened. Even if, and shout out to my coworker, I was talking to him. He went through a similar thing where, mom's passed, whatever the case, and his sister and his brother, have their own cribs already, and he didn't. He was renting somewhere. If that was me, that's I'd be like, well, I already got my shit.
Right.
I'll sign my shit over, whatever. I'm good. Like. You good, we all good. That's what it is. But in his case,
or at least let him stay there while he stack his bread or something.
Yeah, that'd be even. That's cool too.
Now this is my thing as well when it comes to that. Now, while we're putting a lot of the onus on the surviving people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think some of the responsibility lies on the individuals who didn't get their shit in order before they pass. So, like, for example, and I know why we don't do it, because I think it's just in our nature that black people, a lot of times, we want to control our own shit. We skeptical because we know motherfuckers is shady out here. So it's like, as long as you are alive for as long as you possibly can, we not so quick to want to give certain people certain rights to our shit while we still alive, because we know people sometimes will find ways to manipulate that, right?
Right.
But at the same time, when we don't do that while we're still alive, then we're leaving it on people to make those decisions for us after we're gone.
Yeah, especially when you know the eldest, because usually the eldest is in control, and if your eldest is not right, it's going to go haywire.
I mean, people, I think like me and one of my coworkers were talking about it earlier too, like just something as simple as like retirement. Like, I think the common thing for people to do is to either make their mother or their spouse their beneficiary.
Right.
I was talking to my mom about this, and at one point my mom was my beneficiary, but at a certain point I changed it to Nia.
Right.
100%. And my mom was like, that's kind of irresponsible for you to do that because she's still a minor. And if something happens, then nobody's going to have access to your money. Well, that's what I want,
Right.
Because I would rather her have to wait until she's 18 and know that she has her own money than to have somebody else making decisions with her money, But again, I think like people have this assumption like, oh, that their mom is the best person. Sometimes we got to be realistic about the fact sometimes our moms don't know how to handle fucking money. You know what I mean? Let's be honest about that shit. Like, you got to really be thoughtful about who you identify as beneficiaries. Like, just because it sounds good, like, oh, my mom or whoever. If you know your mom always in debt or she don't handle her shit right or she always buying bullshit, maybe your mom not the best person to be your beneficiary either.
On my grandparents' side, on my dad's side, they had it was like a trust, and they had in there like the grandkids who was getting money, they couldn't get it till they was 25. And I look like, then that's actually dope, because they feel like by the time you're 25, if you're going to school, you're going to college, you'll have you have the years, you have your bachelor's by 25. If you go straight out of high school. And you'll be ready for the world, and you have this lump sum of money to help you out, whether it's to pay off student loans, whatever the case. Sometimes I don't know, man, and it's good that you did do that, because I left everything is going to Tutu as well. Like, for me, like, I probably won't have no kids, so like Tutu is my child, so I'll just everything 100% to her. You know what I'm saying? So. It's good because you can leave it in somebody else's name, and they be like, shit. They be like, well, it was mine. It's in my name, and
exactly.
and your daughter get peanuts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And if Nia decides to fuck off her money, look, that's on her. But at least I know that I did it my way.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like somebody else.
Your intentions was good with it.
I want to read Nisi's comment though. She said, went through that when my grandmother passed. Her kids sold the house and split the money. My mom and aunt even gave me a portion by paying off my car. I mean, and then that's the thing too. We always feel like we should get a certain amount, but I commend her mom and aunt for even doing that, because some people are fucking greedy, dude. Right. And it's too real to talk about your death and what you want to happen when you're gone. It is. I mean, but we got to face reality that death is inevitable. You know what I mean? And so I think as hard as it may be to talk about that shit, I mean, we all know that if we don't know shit else, we know we gonna die. So that's just a reality. And at some point, you got to be fucking evaluating what you want to happen when you pass. It doesn't have to necessarily remain that way. You could decide to change it later on, but it should be something that you're thinking about at least every 10 years, in my opinion. What up, Lady A?
Yeah, most definitely.
What time is it?
What's going on? We got
okay. I could do another
6 minutes till break.
Let's see. So before we get into break, I think I want to bring up this this tech company that had to apologize for requesting preferably Caucasian job candidates. I'm just gonna leave that on the floor for a minute. First of all, bitch, that was not an accident. Like,
And this happens every day.
And Caucasian are some pretty lengthy words. You don't accidentally type that shit out. Auto check.
I was just about to say that.
Spell check don't put preferably Caucasian on any fucking thing.
What could you be spelling for that shit to spell check to put that?
Right.
preferably. Well, you can't type in nothing that Caucasian is going to pop up.
Exactly. I've even seen bilingual or whatever, but I can't think of any other word that a person would be attempting to write that would end up with Caucasian.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So with that said, you know, I mean, it's been too many accidents happening of motherfuckers, you know, blatantly, you know, being racist.
And nothing happens. Like, nothing happens.
I would respect them more if they own their shit. Like, yeah, I do want to hire a fucking Caucasian. I stand by my shit, actually. Don't take that shit down. If you put that shit up, stand by your shit. If you want to hire a fucking Persuasion, then do that shit. Don't try to, like, take it down because of your backlash or whatever. To me, that's a cop-out. Like, you know, if you gonna do it, go all the way with that shit.
You know, and it was a airline. Was it an airline that was on Twitter they dropped the N-bomb on Twitter, and they said,
I saw that,
and it's like, you can't even spell that.
There's nothing that should accidentally come up as nigger. We're not going to Nigeria, bitch.
Right.
The flight not going to Nigeria. So what else could you have been typing in that would accidentally come up as nigger?
All this stuff can't be a coincidence.
No. She said they said what they said. The new wave these days is to just put out the disrespect and apologize for it later. Look how that H&M shit turned out with the kid and the monkey hoodie. They stock went up. Same for Gucci. And I said that. I mean, and that's why I was saying I don't even put a whole lot of energy into certain shit, because I feel like even by just talking about it, it's free advertisement for them, you know? And I get it. People be wanting to do all the, you know, protesting and all that. But to some extent, I feel like it's publicity, because we in a stage where everybody is share. So even just the little shit that we doing is still constantly putting it out there like Gucci. Like, it's marketing. Because
there's racist people out there that just go out there like, oh, that's what they putting out? Oh, we're going to support them now because they doing some racist shit. You know what I'm saying? So
that too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's more other races with money.
I mean, did Nike stock go up when those white people was out there burning them shits up? I ain't hear nothing about that.
That shit went on with the Kaepernick shit, though.
The other way around.
When Kaepernick shit dropped, that shit went crazy.
I mean,
you know, we support. We not gonna go out there and I don't know. We just got to get it together, man. Period.
This is my thing. At a certain point, it's like, why are black people seeking approval from white people? Why are y'all still, like, waiting for that to happen? I've been telling y'all, like, if the day that you stop being so concerned about getting approval or trying to seek some sort of equality from them, you will feel so liberated. That's why I feel so fucking free and liberated, because I don't seek approval from these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I think that people be so, like, you know, wrapped up in this whole thing that they shouldn't be able to do this shit. But sometimes you got to face the reality that they are going to do this shit. This country was built on this shit. That shit's not going to change.
I'm seeking approval from my people.
Thank you. That's what I'm interested in.
But will we get it? We not going to get it.
I'm more interested in putting my energy into that than into even, like...
Meaning, or let's say acceptance in the way of not being how they be hard on each other. We be hard on each other real tough. You got the gang banging shit. Like, it's certain places that a motherfucker won't move because of gang activity. Mm-hmm. I'm not an active gang member, but I know what it is. Like, I don't want to be mistaken for a person from over there and getting shot. That's sad as fuck, because, you know, other races don't move places and be like, oh shit, it's going down like this. People in Beverly Hills don't do that shit. It's just us in the hood. Why?
I don't. And see, to be honest, I don't even agree with that. I don't think that's true.
Really?
I personally think that they have high rates of crime in their neighborhoods as well. It's just different types of crime.
But we more likely to get killed here. They'll break in their house out there or
home
invasion, but they're not getting killed at a rate or a high rate that we're getting killed in the inner city by each other.
That's true.
That's the part I'm talking about.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And people so dumb to the fact or to the point that if we stop we killing the next genius or whatever the case. We never know. It's innocent people out here getting killed like a motherfucker.
Nisi said they don't want to hear that. They don't hear you, AC. We tell them to support black brands, but they not happy if they not showing they can afford the same things rich white people can. I mean, it's true. Like, I know it's not something that's like commonly talked about, but the reality is, whether a lot of us want to admit it or not, it's a lot of black people that's still out here trying to seek approval from white people, as opposed to putting more of the energy into empowering black people. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Like, what we talk about, how we support each other's businesses and, all of that. I feel like if more energy was put into that, into constantly sharing all the times when somebody got called a nigger or somebody had to knock somebody out at McDonald's and shit like that, if we were sharing black businesses and different things like that and actually putting the energy into supporting that shit too,
it's never going to happen. We know that.
Far more, progress.
We know it's not going to happen. Like, we can keep wishing this shit. We know it ain't going to happen.
But see, that's the thing though.
And we know that.
That's the thing though. I think that, and that's what I was talking about last week when I said the colonizer is fucking brilliant, because they have even made us believe it's impossible.
That's what I said.
I'm not a firm believer that it's not possible. I just think that it's going to take time to recondition.
It ain't going to be. We'll be dead and gone. We'll be long. It'll be.
But that's the thing, though.
Another 200 years.
We'll be gone, but we got to start somewhere. Like, we got to start somewhere with even trying to teach the kids that. Like, perfect example. Remember we talked about, the whole Killer Mike thing and how, he was like saying like, oh, the kid can't be the president, he needs to learn a trade or some shit like that. And then Anthony had called and he's like, well, can they? So on the way to dropping Nia off to school today, I don't know how we talked about it. I always, because she has to wear college shirts to school on Fridays for free dress. So I asked her, I was like, oh, you want to go to a black college, right? And she was like, yeah, definitely. And so I was like, do you still want to be a dentist or whatever? Because she always used to say she wanted to be a dentist. And she was like, no. She's like, I want to be the president. And I was like, okay. I said, cool. I said, you could do that. I said, but you know that the president usually has a job before they become the president, like they're an attorney or something like that. I said, so what do you want to be before you become the president? She's like, an artist. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Now, I could have been that person like, no, you can't be an artist and be the president. But my point is, I want her to believe that she could do whatever she wants to do, And I think that we need to reinforce that, and maybe, she can't be an artist first and be a president, but I need to, find ways where she can do both of those things, to try to support our kids' dreams. And I feel like we're so quick to try to tear each other's dreams down and tell niggas why they can't do something, instead of trying to help them do what they're trying to do. Even when it may seem like it's not attainable,
But shit, I mean, at some point you have to be realistic. You should never say, "Oh, you can't do that." You should always say, have a backup plan. That's like when I was doing rapping, and I was like, this rap shit is gonna be what it is, and like people be like, oh, my grandfather, oh, you got to make sure you have something to fall back on. I'm like, man, I don't need nothing to fall back on. This rapping shit is what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So you have to. Sometimes some things can be unrealistic, but you have something to fall back on. But anytime somebody say they want to be the president, you for sure got to support that. Like,
well, we started talking about,
without a doubt,
the different jobs that, a person would have to do before becoming a president and stuff, and talking about, the difference between like a prosecutor and, a defense attorney. So it was a teaching moment. But my point in even using that story was just to say that, I think that if you aim high, like even if you go a little bit lower, it's still an achievement or whatever. But we got to really try to reinforce that, you know. We talked about shit that we want to do in the next couple years, like with, you know, our whole little Red Flag University shit and stuff like that. And, you know, niggas is like, you know, scraping, trying to do day-to-day shit. We could be like, oh, it's not possible. I still think it's possible.
Oh, yeah, without
and
a
I'm going
doubt.
to bust my ass to try to make that shit happen, you know? So just saying that to say, like, we definitely need to do better with that shit.
Amen. So you the song you select tonight, you gonna take us into it?
Oh. So I look to lighten the mood a little bit. This little song, Asia put me onto this song, but I just love this song because it's like so like summertime vibes. Like in my squad, like summer begins in April, you know. So this just was like a little pregame to the summertime vibe. It's called More in the Morning by Angelica Vila.
I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. Oh,
whoa.
Oh, that's what it was.
You try to play me every time, bro.
I ain't played you. Here we go. Here we go.
No.
I don't know.
No, that's not Here We Go.
I don't know what's wrong with the joint. This is nuts. Let's try it again. DJ being ready. Is that it? No, that shit sound horrible. All right. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Oh my God, dude.
So I guess on that note.
So the Patreon is up. You know, if you haven't already donated to Patreon, clearly now you can see why we need the funds. You know.
Yeah, because
electricity don't want to see us be great.
Yeah, that shit gonna blow us up. We gonna blow up in here.
Edison is a hater. So
who said that? You said that?
I just
you stupid
right now. So we need to get this Patreon going.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Maybe I should.
I don't think we're gonna have a song this week.
I don't know. I mean, I can pull up one that's already in the.
No.
Yeah, that shit sound crazy.
Wow.
Hey, you hear that shit, Mike? Can you hear that shit? The song. Are you still listen to the shit in the headphones? Oh, okay. Isn't it? Oh, it's
So, what are you gonna play now?
Let me see.
What do you have?
I'm pretty sure I got some. Of course, we got some of that.
She said, "I'm gonna need to buff my Patreon contribution." Yes, please. You know, up the ante a little bit. Can we get an extra $5? Can we get a love offering for the 20 this week, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, man.
If you have it in your heart, please give a $20 love offering with your ties.
A $20 love offering?
Give a $20 love offering with your ties.
Or you can just give the love.
You know, they always want the love offering. Love offering basically mean like that's the extra bread that you give to make sure the pastor got a salary. You know.
Dang, man.
We need the love offering, so we ain't got to hear the.
That's the first time that happened. I can't. I'm trying to think. The only thing I can see right here, I got a gang of Nipsey on here.
Or we could just keep going. I mean, we did start late, you know. But what we can't do is this. We have to make a decision now.
Okay. Well, here we go. We're going to go to Nipsey Hussle. Check me out.
Yeah.
Dedicated.
All bad bitches.
It's Crenshaw niggas. That's what it is.
New Nipsey Hussle, check me out. You in trouble, check me out. Pay us now, check me out. Or pay me double, check me out. New Nipsey Hussle, check me out. New Nipsey Hussle, check me out. New Nipsey Hussle, check me out. Nigga fuck it, check me out. Nigga fuck it. I came from nothing. Shootouts in public, riding buses, buying Benzes, just buying buckets. Knocked me off from my grind, that's what they wasn't. My life was ugly, then I got money. Caught a glimpse of that, but that's not for me. She say she love me, she thinks she love me. She want my money, I think she funny. All bad bitches. V12 inches. Broke niggas die slow. while the rich get richer. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. It sound like it love. Sound like it love. Sound like it love. Yeah. We on the shop. Check me out. Above the law. Check me out. I sag my pants. Check me out. To show my draws. Check me out. This how we ball. Check me out. Sloss and mob. Check me out. I fuck her once. Check me out. And never thought. Check me out. Nigga. All bad bitches. Show money in, by the way. Feet 12 inch spring. Broke niggas die slow. It's on your feet. While the rich get richer. Balenciagas. No Gucci problems. Get money with Thomas. Louis V persona. Hit a nigga with a llama. You don't want them problems. I do my thing in the kitchen. See, that's a Pyrex vision. And I roll with the riches. Stay flipping those bitches. Stay away from the snitches. That's how you get those stitches. Only fuck with my circle. No square ass niggas. And we don't smoke on purple. Only kill shit for business. Where a nigga come from? My niggas is so relentless. We don't play no games. Send a nigga to the dentist. Or to the ICU. That's our ICU. All about my business. All money business, bitches. All bad bitches. Feet 12 inches. Broke niggas die slow. While the rich get richer. OPM, check me out. All money in, check me out. That's a Beamer, check me out. And a Benz, check me out. We do it big, check me out. Fucking twins, check me out. Then fuck they friends, check me out. Please come again, check me out. Please come again, check me out. Please come again, check me out. That's what I told her. Check me out. Please come again, check me out. Please come again, check me out. Please come again, check me out. OPM, check me out. All money in, check me out, nigga. Y'all see this shit? I see this shit. Everything I hop in go fast. Play that. Play that.
Period now. I'm like, ugh. I was thinking about that shit too. I'm like, they don't make real niggas like that no more, man. Ugh, what the fuck?
Yeah. That nigga was so fucking gifted, prolific. He knew that shit too. That nigga knew that shit. And for those that's tuning in, man, I apologize for the shit going on. I'm doing this whole show with some shit going on. Like, I can barely hear myself in these headphones. Now, what I need to do is check and see if the electric shit is fucking with it. And that was one of the chances that I was willing to take tonight, because we got to do it for the culture, right?
We got to do it for the culture.
So, like, I don't know how loud I am in your headphones. Do I sound dim, like low?
No, you sound good.
Okay, so maybe it's these headphones, because I could barely hear myself.
It could be. It could very well be the headphones.
But neither here or there.
Neither here nor there.
We need to get that merch. That neither here or there shirts.
Neither here nor there is kind of corny. I like the not to cut you off. I asked Mark to give me one.
But that's
they shit.
That's wheel shit.
So
but
what's gonna be our shit?
Yo shit, you always say neither here or there every episode.
Yeah, we have a few things. We have a few things, you know.
Things?
We got the neither here nor there.
Things?
We got the beautiful, 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 beautiful. Look, that could be a fucking shirt. You think bitches wouldn't wear a beautiful, 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 beautiful?
Yeah, they will.
That could be a thing, you know. Could be.
They got to get the arrow pointing down under the last beautiful.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. You know, it could be that. It could be
That's it. I don't have no slogans.
A Honey Jack shirt. It could be a lot of things.
Honey
you
Jack.
know?
Oh yeah, Honey
It could be a
Jack.
lot of. It could be Friday fuckery. It could be.
Yeah, I'm not wearing no shirt say Friday fuckery. You wear the shirt say Friday fuckery?
I mean, I wear it here.
Oh yeah.
I'm selective about where I wear my MAGA shirt too. You know. I
Why?
gotta be thoughtful about these sort of things.
Why is that? Speaking of MAGA, don't we got a topic about the president?
This nigga right here. This show is brought to you courtesy of McDonald's. I'm loving it. Is that the logo now? What do they even say? Yeah, I'm loving it. Da 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 da. I'm thugging it. But,
You can flip that a whole bunch of different ways.
What'd you say?
You can flip that a whole bunch of different ways.
That shit wild. So, this nigga Donald Trump. Yeah, he's a nigga. Yeah, I said it. This nigga has done it again. This nigga out here giving athletes McDonald's. Champions. Not even just regular athletes. Champions.
And you know, the shit
McDonald's.
is just sitting
On
there
a
on the
silver
table.
platter.
It's just sitting there on the table. McDonald's already ain't hot when you get
Yeah,
it.
I don't want no old McDonald's. Like, hell no. No. You got me all the way fucked up.
Yeah. And
So he served the 2019 NCAA Women's Champions from the Baylor Lady Bears, McFucking-Donald's.
And now I wonder why is that a go-to? Is it just cheaper? Like he cutting down costs and making meals?
I personally would not be surprised if he has some sort of stock or some sort of collaborative with McDonald's. Everything is orchestrated because it's a marketing scheme. Alternatively, it could just be a big ass fucking slap in the face because if I'm a champion and I come to the White House and you serve me fucking McDonald's,
And it probably, they probably got like the
with
bullshit.
heat lamps and shit over that shit.
They probably got the Mac double. They probably didn't even get
had
double
fucking
cheeseburgers.
McDoubles. They had chicken nuggets. They had fries. Then they had a little station with some hot dogs and shit.
Hot
We
dog?
love you too, Lady A.
Hot dogs?
He had a hot dog station.
You know, no woman playing
Now
basketball.
let me tell you what you should have did.
Wait. I don't mean to cut you off, but you
Not to
cut
cut
me
you
off.
off?
Not to cut you off.
Not to get you- okay.
But women that play
My shirt, Mark.
basketball don't want no wieners.
You so disrespectful.
They don't want wieners.
They want 100% beef.
No, they don't.
Hebrew National.
No, they don't.
Nathan.
No, they want that. They want that
Parmesan.
Allstate. They want that Allstate hand.
They want it all.
Mm,
Ballpark.
nah, they want that slit. They want the vaginal area.
Listen. Baby, listen.
They want the twat waffle.
I just want to send a message to Donald Trump. I'm going to make America great again right now.
Uh-oh.
Let me tell you how we would like to be served if you want to do some shit for the low. Nigga, you should have a nacho bar. You have your little tortilla chips, your little ground beef, your little shredded cheese, your little sour cream station, guacamole station with the little onions and shit. Nigga, that's a function. I come to the White House for that shit. If you want to ball on a budget, a taco man. You could have got a fucking taco man. You know, it's other ways to do this shit besides McDonald's.
Now, understand this.
McDonald's is like the last resort for niggas. Like, that's like shit niggas do when they on a budget or when they tired. Like, that's never a go-to.
I'm about to kill everything you just said.
Okay, tell them why you mad.
Taco bar and nacho bar,
Nacho bar,
taco man.
taco man.
The same nigga who building the wall to keep Hispanics out. You think he's going to order that?
I mean...
Yo, that nigga's not about to get no Mexican food there for them people.
Listen.
The nigga that's trying to keep the Hispanics out over the border ordering food, the nigga who had a tostada for the first time after he was trying to build the wall.
I'm just saying, like, I'm telling you how you could ball on a budget and make people feel appreciated. Because if I come to the White House and you have a fucking cheeseburger from McDonald's on a silver platter, I'm going to feel hella disrespected. I was looking at the people in the picture that they posted of that event. Everybody looked fucking irritated, disappointed, and pissed off. It's fucking disrespectful. Like, at a certain point, like, are you doing this shit to be funny, my nigga? It's not funny. Like, this shit is fucking disrespectful. I don't even want to go to somebody's function where they got fucking McDonald's on the fucking lineup.
And they don't even have shit to keep the food warm. Like,
they had a little warmer for the fries.
Oh, they had but goddamn, like the fucking double quarter pounder, that should be. It don't even. I never got a hot burger.
Who even still eats burgers from McDonald's? Like, the only thing I eat at McDonald's is like a fish sandwich
with the half cheese.
I hate the fucking half.
That's funny.
Why did you give me half a piece of cheese, my nigga?
I never fully.
Until I told you.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Because I need all my cheese.
How did you figure out? What was you checking for to see that the cheese is missing?
I always look at my food before I eat it. I want to see how much tartar sauce is on there. I want to see if the fucking patty is fresh. And I happen to notice that every time I only have cheese on half of my sandwich. Is
this at every McDonald's or just a particular?
It's the motto. They take a piece of cheese and they fold it in half and they put it on 2 sandwiches instead of putting the whole piece on my sandwich.
Yo, that's nuts. And I never got a hot burger from McDonald's ever in my life.
I don't even order burgers from there. I don't trust their beef.
I never had anything that comes on a bun hot from McDonald's.
The filet of fish usually got a nice little warm bun.
Really? I had hot fries.
And you have to ask for the fries to be hot.
You gotta tell them no salt.
That's what my homegirl used to say. Yeah,
no salt. Yeah.
So my nigga Donald Trump, you gotta cut it with that McDonald's shit. If you gonna serve fast food, at least serve fucking Popeyes or Rallies, my nigga. Like,
well, maybe
niggas love a Cajun fry.
Maybe it's something tied to that. Shout out to my boy Nympho. Nympho about to feed people McDonald's. So maybe it's like a prestigious thing. Now I see where it ties in. Him being the MAGA shirts and the MAGA shirts with the MAGA president that could tie in with each other. I see what he's doing.
But the difference between Donald Trump and Nympho is Nympho is giving McDonald's to families who are a little bit less fortunate because some dollars can go a longer way at McDonald's for a cause like that.
They go a long way and life will go shorter.
Versus the president giving fucking champions McDonald's. I mean, to me, it's disrespectful. He could have done a salad bar.
You ever seen the videos of the McDonald's burgers that sit there over time? It'd be like a year later.
Did you see the one that they've been doing recently where they zoom in close up on the cheeseburger and it looked like it got like fucking meteor craters and shit like that?
I haven't seen that one, but I can look at the patty and see it. Like, I mean,
McDonald's patties always got some mysterious fucking miscellaneous roly-polies.
Roly-polies. Yo, I seen a roly-poly this morning and I like, yo, I used to love roly-polies when I was a kid. I used to pick them up and have them in my hand and shit.
I know.
But, yeah. hey, them fucking McDonald's burgers, them motherfuckers will sit and they don't age. Fries look straight. Like,
I should start calling myself a McDouble because I don't age, baby.
Oh, okay.
I'm a McDouble.
I thought you was going to say it for a whole different reason. But I'm going to leave it neither here or there.
Well, tell me.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
What were you thinking? Now I want to know. What were you thinking?
Nothing. That you got cheese.
Oh, okay.
We'll leave it there.
1 piece?
2 piece.
Oh, I'm a double cheese. All right. Anyway, on a serious note.
Oh, shit,
over
man.
Here shaking his head.
And, we need to. And wait, we gotta plug Nympho shit while we talking about it. Nympho is doing it was a charity event.
Okay.
People that's listening live on Spreaker.
Closer to the mic.
Yeah, you see I'm low, right?
A little bit. Yeah.
I think my microphone might be going out, but we'll see. Neither here or there.
You talk too goddamn much. All right, go ahead.
I can't tell. Look, so Eric Nympho LZ.
Eric?
Yeah, Eric Nympho LZ. If you want to look him up on Facebook,
All right.
he's doing a charity. It's a charity event, right? That's what you call it, or bike.
Yes.
But it's for like the motorcycle people all meeting up in Oceanside, and they feeding the less fortunate people. Look up Eric Nympho LZ on Facebook, and he got it on his page. You can donate bread to help with the cause, or you can get on the motorcycle or hop in the whip and go down there and make it happen, Captain.
So are we going or not?
It's still in the air.
Okay.
It's still in the air with me.
Well,
with me, it's still in the air.
May the 3rd.
May the 3rd.
And it's still in the air.
Yes, it's still in the air. I still have things to pay for prior to that. This damn prom and all this stuff. So yeah.
And we also need the studio to be in full formation.
So it's all in the air. So it's in the air for me.
Yeah, it's in the air.
But there is some Townhouse Media affiliates going. McDouble. She a McDouble, Mark? She not a double cheeseburger, she a McDouble.
The disrespect.
She can't get that extra cheese.
I can't get that extra slice.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad though, because the McDouble is in heavy rotation.
Yeah.
The McDouble took the double cheeseburger out the game.
How do
Niggas don't even talk about double cheeseburgers no more.
How do one slice of cheese take you out the game? That's nuts. That's literally what a McDouble is.
Because I could do everything the other bitch do for less.
Oh, shit.
They gotta put in as much, but the return is still great. I'ma feed you, nigga. It's gonna go a long way, nigga. Changing lives, one McDouble at a time.
Hello.
But anyway, so listen. I'm trying to figure out what I want to get into next. There's so much shit. Did you see the video of the lady who was on Frontier Airlines? First and foremost, why the fuck, this is not on the agenda, but why are y'all still flying these bogus airlines? Why are you still flying Spirit? Why are you still flying Frontier? Nigga, there's only a couple airlines that's socially acceptable. Delta, American,
Southwest,
and Alaskan Airlines.
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna front.
Anything else? The fuck out of here.
I don't fly that much, but when I did, I hopped on a Spirit joint.
Don't you do it.
I hopped on there, and
that's the soul plane.
And I didn't have no problem. It was cool. I didn't have no problem.
I don't know you lying.
I didn't have
Unless
no problem.
You went somewhere with 2 outfits.
I actually won
because you gotta pay to check a carry-on.
Yeah. No.
You gotta pay for a carry-on.
Oh, did I pay for a carry-on?
You absolutely pay for the carry-on there and back.
Okay, no, I didn't take a carry-on. I dropped it. I let them take it.
So you checked the bag.
Yeah, I checked the bag.
Okay,
yeah.
So you paid for that too.
Did I pay for that?
You absolutely paid for that.
Well, technically, I didn't pay for it because I got flown out there.
Oh, you got flued out.
Yeah.
That's why it was. That don't count. If you got flued out, nigga, it don't matter what airline you going. If you getting flued out, it's free.
I mean, but shit. I mean, if it was like that,
but
they wouldn't.
I know you was thirsty as fuck because they don't give out beverages on Spirit.
Not true. I had vodka and cranberry juice.
You paid for that. See, that's different.
Oh, see, I don't.
That's different.
I don't fly, so I don't know. But that was my. So usually you get free drinks.
So typically, when you on a plane,
yeah,
they have complimentary beverages and snacks. You get the little Biscoff little cookie issue. You get the little peanuts if you want a little nuts in your mouth, or you get a pretzel issue if you like some salty shit in your mouth. But either way, you get a snack. Spirit don't give you any of that. They just want you to be thirsty.
Wow.
They don't want to see niggas be great.
Wow. That's crazy.
There. This young lady, this woman, her and her daughter flew on Frontier Airlines, and she noticed that there was vomit under the seat. African American black woman. So she tells them, there's vomit under our seat. We need this shit cleaned up immediately.
Right.
And so they called security on her. people were recording this incident.
Mm-hmm.
She was being assertive, but
Yeah,
still maintaining her composure. And security comes and they essentially say, ma'am, we need you to get off the plane. And she's trying to explain to them, well, I don't understand why I'm being asked to get off the plane because there's vomit under my seat or her daughter's seat or whoever it was. And she said that she's just asking for them to clean it up. I'm sorry, ma'am. I understand, but at the end of the day, you have to get off the plane.
Which is supposedly thoroughly checked when everybody get off the plane when they clean the plane.
Correct. So long story short, they essentially told her like to get off the plane. She got off the plane, and of course, her whole way walking off the plane, she's talking shit. And so once she gets off the plane, now she's being arrested. She's being detained. Her daughter is watching all of this. And so she's telling them, like, who's going to take care of my daughter? Like, the whole time she's saying that. And they just took her away and left her daughter there in the, at the airport gate without her mother.
Sitting there crying her fucking eyes out.
All because she's asking them to remove the vomit from under her seat. So, I just want to know, first and foremost, what's up with these airlines being so quick to remove people off of planes just because they're asking to have quality service?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've also seen them do that with white people as well, but particularly with black people. Silent.
I mean, we used to this shit. Like, now I done seen them throw off other people, but I mean, this is what we always get the short end of the stick. Pause. You know, it never fails.
Mark said Southwest is nothing but a bus in the sky. I don't think that's true because Southwest will give you 2 bags for free.
What, we?
No, nigga. You get to check 2 bags for free and your carry-on, which that's a huge savings. And the only thing that sucks about Southwest is it's not assigned seating. It's like you, depending on when you like check in, they give you like certain tiers or whatever. And that tier determines the order in which you get to select your seat. So when you get on the plane, if you in group A, then you the first group to be able to choose your seat. If you group B, so on and so forth. But Southwest, to me, they solid. Like, they probably like the economical airlines, but they're pretty efficient.
So what's the top of the line joints?
I mean, the top of the line would probably be like, like your, United, American, or Delta. Delta is really nice. They got like the little TVs in the
headrest
seat.
Yeah.
And they got like cable on there and stuff. I personally like Alaskan/Virgin Airlines because I think they got free Wi-Fi or whatever, and they got the little TVs. It's just more modern planes or whatever. But
hey, shout out to whoever that was that flew. They fly Southwest a lot, and they put my email in. So now I got in my email, I got a bunch of they points, they flyer points.
Who did that?
Some dude named Byron.
You lying?
No.
But how would he put your email in?
Maybe we got the same name. He fucked up. Onisi said JetBlue. JetBlue is up there.
Only thing about JetBlue is they don't have a lot of flight selections. Like I found that I can't necessarily like use JetBlue that much because they're not necessarily going to the places that I want to go to. I know Mark said JetBlue is dope too. But one thing we do know is that Frontier is not fucking dope. I didn't even know they still existed personally. I don't think they fly out of LAX. I don't know. But my point is that could have been handled differently. Like, okay, if there's vomit under the seat, the response should have been, I'm so sorry. Here at Frontier Airlines, we definitely want to ensure that our customers are, comfortable. So actually, we have a couple seats over here in the business class for you and your daughter. Why don't we put you over here? or even like, okay, I apologize for that. Is there anything that we can get you to drink or something like that while we're cleaning up the bottom of your seat? I mean, my point is that the response should have been more towards customer service as opposed to trying to, criminalize this black woman in front of her child.
Right.
I want to know why does that keep happening?
Now, just the whole point of her being taken off of there was fully 100% bullshit. Like, so what happened? Because either way it went, the throw was gonna get cleaned up. Period. You feel what I'm saying? So why are you arresting this woman?
Another thing too, I don't like the fact that dogs have more rights than human beings.
Bruh.
Because when I first heard this shit, first thing I thought was somebody probably had their dog sitting with them, and the dog probably got sick from the fucking turbulence or something and threw up under the seat. Because otherwise, who else would be under the fucking seat to throw up under the seat besides the fucking animal? And I just feel like in today's society, animals have more rights than some fucking humans. Me and my mom went to the movies, and I'm gonna put it out there. We went to fucking AMC at the South Bay Galleria. Okay, where they
can't stand that movie.
I actually like them, but on this particular occasion,
too many kids hanging out.
We had reserved seating, and my mom is in a wheelchair when she's out and about. So particularly, we had the handicap seating, which should be like priority, right?
Facts.
We show up. It's a woman of Caucasian descent sitting in her assigned seat, but she has her dog sitting in my assigned seat. So basically, like with the handicap seats, usually there'll be like maybe one or two seats, which they call like the companion seats, which would be like for whoever's with you. And then the person who's in the wheelchair typically will sit in their chair in the empty spot.
Right.
So the lady was sitting in a chair, and then she had her dog in what was supposed to be my companion seat. And then my mom would have been in the empty slot. So when we got there and we told her like those were our seats, she was like at first reluctant to even like, give up the seat. But then she basically just took the dog off the seat and had the dog on the ground next to her. And
Are you fucking kidding me?
Shit, some on my elbow. How did this happen?
What's up, some bitch?
So I told my...
She broke all character. When did this happen?
Because it hurt. So anyway, I told my mom, like, I was like...
That's why I love doing live shows.
I'm like, how did I get a boil on my elbow?
I can't wait to hear this. When did this happen?
So I told my mom, I'm like, I can't fucking sit in no movie theater for no 2 fucking hours with a fucking dog next to me. She was trying to say it was her service dog. It was like a fucking like little poodle or some shit. How's a poodle a service dog?
Any dog can be a service dog.
And that's the shit I don't like.
They have service snakes.
They made that rule for white people. Let's be honest here. Because they made it to where you don't even have to show any documentation that it's a service dog. You could just say it's a service dog, and that's just it. They can't ask no further questions.
Really? I didn't know that part.
Yes. So that's why you see all these people now walking around in Starbucks and in the movies and all this shit with their little tote dogs, because they could just say, oh, well, it's my dog for my anxiety. This is like a comfort, service dog because it comforts me and shit like that.
Where I work at the college, there's a guy that's a supervisor in a certain department that has a big, tall ass poodle. It's like this motherfucker like this tall as this fucking table, and he brings it to work. And he has a office. Since he's a supervisor, he has an office. And I know the women that's like the secretaries and shit in there be pissed. That motherfucker walk around and just be, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, chewing on little toys and shit. Like, come on. Why are you bringing this dog to work?
And what is his job responsibility?
The supervisor dude? I don't know what he do. He run this, Yeah, I'm not gonna put it all the way out there, but
So he's supervising.
he's a supervisor with his poodle in there, and the poodle name is nuts. It's like Mr. Runny Stumpleskilskin, some bullshit.
Oh wow!
It's like a crazy name like that.
What's his nationality? Wait. Listen.
Do it need to be said?
So in
You
other
know.
words, he's sitting there supervising y'all niggas with his poodle.
Ain't no y'all. That's not my department, but
Them niggas with his poodle.
yeah, he letting his poodle run around them women.
That's disrespectful.
I know they
if
talk
you gonna
shit.
supervise me with a dog, at least let it be a German Shepherd or some shit. Don't come here with no motherfucking tall ass poodle.
Yeah, it's one of them expensive
your
poodles.
poodle.
I think it's a poodle. It look woolly. Got a bunch
Like
like
your goddamn poodle. Some motherfucker making me work hard. All this hair and shit everywhere.
that's
So what if I say I had a fucking dog allergy? Then what? Then I got to get off the plane. I got to get off the plane because your dog got to be comfortable. Ain't that some shit?
yeah.
Or if you just scared of dogs. Like, I'm legitimately scared of dogs. So what, they basically told me and my mom, like, well, do you guys want to wait and see a later movie? Because, like, she's here with her dog and she could do that. I'm like, my mom is fucking handicapped and we pay for these seats. So you telling me it's more important for her and her fucking dog to be comfortable than me and my mother who has a disability?
That may have been a fucking lawsuit, low key.
Not really, because they didn't break no law.
What if she couldn't? What if you had to present papers in like?
And that's what my mom was saying. But the whole thing is that it's policy, it's law that they don't have to. So there wouldn't have been no lawsuit because technically they didn't do anything wrong.
That should be bullshit. Just like people who have handicap placards and just have them like, that's other people's and they just park there. Like they have to, if the police pull up on, they have to present the paper that shows that that's their placard. So it should be the same way with dogs. Not comparing them, but
Niecy said it's a HIPAA violation for any employee to ask anyone about their health reasons for whatever reason.
Okay, Niecy,
I think that's funny. I mean, and the only reason why I laugh is because you know how like when you call out sick, right?
Right.
Motherfuckers always feel like they gotta tell exactly what happened. Cause I definitely have experienced, hearing people tell me the reasons why they're not gonna make it to work.
Yeah.
And some of that shit I be like, you need to keep that to yourself. Like I don't need to know all that. You know what I mean?
My supervisor just told motherfuckers that, like, man, you call off sick, don't tell me why. Just say you either calling out using the sicker person or why you ain't coming in. Don't tell me your dog, or you're sick, you're throwing up and shit, blood coming out your ass. We don't want to hear that.
I know this is awful, but some days I literally like get a kick out of listening to the voicemails of people calling out sick because they be so dramatic. Like, it's so fucking dramatic. You don't have to say I'm sick to call out sick.
You don't have to say I'm sick to call out sick.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Like, oh, I'm not going to make it today. Oh, I'm so sick. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to make it tomorrow, but I'll call you and let you know. Like, dude, you ain't got to do all that.
That motherfucker sound like a grandfather.
Like, are you fucking dying? And then when you come back tomorrow and you chipper as fuck, then I'm really confused because I'm like, well, nigga, you sound like you was half dead yesterday and now you just, like, do you have anything else for me to do? I mean, so.
24-hour flu.
I don't know. All I'm saying is just be regular sick. You ain't got to do all that.
Just be regular sick.
Like, you don't have to be dead to call off, especially if you work somewhere where you got time on the books or some shit. Like, you could literally say, I'm taking a personal day. And they can't ask you shit.
Yeah, they can't. You got it.
Like, I won't be here. You don't have to even say anything. I'm not going to make it today. You just have to call.
Yeah, that's what they do. They say using personal or using sick time. You get the pick.
That should be wild. But
that's
in other news.
That's crazy that you get a kick out of hearing them.
Because it's like it be so dramatic, dude, and they be long ass messages. I'm like, okay, shit, like you're not coming. I don't need to hear all this shit about how you went to the doctor and they told you might need MRI and I don't know, but I'm gonna try to make it. We'll see. I'll call you back.
This little light
if
of mine.
Think I could make it today. Like, you know you're not coming today. But anyway.
Neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there. Let's talk about the fact that it's been a lot of fights going on in the love and hip hop genre.
A lot of fighting between them.
Yeah. Remy Ma turned herself in for allegedly assaulting love and hip hop star Brittany Taylor.
I'm gonna take your word for that. I know who Remy Ma is. I don't know who the other chick is, but I know who Remy Ma is.
Did you hear that Yo-Yo supposedly attacked Grandma Watts?
Yo,
Granny Apples.
Granny Apple. Yo, how do she look older than Yo-Yo?
She looked like one of them like old school crackheads that be on the street. Like,
she looked like Black China Mama.
ooh,
You seen Black China Mama before?
no,
You haven't?
no,
Wow.
no,
She looked like Black China Mama.
wow.
But that's scary for Remy Ma though, because she got a history.
Remy, like, didn't she just have a baby?
Yeah.
She just had a baby.
I mean, but she thug as fuck. I don't know how you be married to a thug like that. And you
like Papoose?
No. How Papoose be married to her? Didn't she go to jail for shooting somebody? Or shooting at whatever the hell happened, shooting at somebody? She went did 8 years in the pen. Papoose was celibate for 8 years, allegedly.
I believe it. I wouldn't fuck him.
Well, goddamn, how the fuck we go
I
from?
totally believe it.
Okay.
That nigga got no pussy for 8 years.
Oh, okay. That's bullshit. Ain't no nigga. Would you married and would you let you go to jail?
You don't even have to finish that question. It's no.
You wouldn't trip if you.
Oh, I thought you were asking would I wait 8 years.
No. Come on now.
Absolutely not. I don't even know if I wait 8 days. Nigga, you better bail out, nigga. What do you mean?
Are you fucking kidding me?
You ain't got bail? Oh, okay.
Damn.
All right.
You gonna do the husband like that? Jeez.
First of all, why are you going to jail? Like, what the fuck? If you get caught, that means you did some dumb shit. Look. So we gonna both be dumb.
Damn.
Let's keep this energy going to this dumb shit.
Damn. I hope y'all listening because we gonna have a new segment coming soon dealing with AC. So you got.
Oh.
So when y'all, yeah.
Oh God.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that jail shit. No, I ain't got no money for no books. I don't even. Man, the only money I got for books is on Amazon.
Oh.
I'm not fucking with no money on no books.
Lady A said she fought someone, stabbed her, not shot her. Talking about
I never said she stabbed him.
No. She said that's what Remy Ma did. Remy Ma beat him up and stabbed
him. She fought him and stabbed her.
Yeah.
Not shot her.
Yeah. That's why she went to jail.
I thought she fought her.
No.
I didn't even hear that she stabbed her. They just said it was assault, really.
No, this is the old case why she went to jail.
Oh, the old one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now she just whooped ass.
Yo ain't on no show. I don't know how her and Apple Watts cross paths.
Ain't no telling.
Ain't no telling.
Yeah.
This is
well.
Hey, on that look, but the situation we got coming up dealing with, we're not gonna put it out there yet, right? The segment we're gonna wait on that. Yeah, wait, should we give them
a pregame?
A pregame? Because you have some good news. I don't know if you want to put it out there yet. We'll wait on the good news. So well, maybe we should wait till then. Should we tie that into to each other?
Okay, we can save it for next week.
Oh, and I got a perfect song for that. I got a perfect song for you.
Yeah, so you got to get the technology together so
yeah.
you can play it.
Yeah, hopefully we here to have an episode for y'all because Niecy said, laughed my ass off 8 days. Niecy, I had to investigate your page on here on Spreaker because I was like, who was that kissing her on the cheek? But that's your hand on your cheek or something over there.
If not, then we'll be doing it live from the Soul Snatcher, a.k.a. my crib.
Where the creek is at?
They can see you.
Oh. I was looking for the crickets. Like, where the crickets at? She said they can see you.
Because you was thinking like,
I don't like how my lips look on the live. Like, my lips look ashy as fuck, but they not ashy.
it's the white light.
But look at that shit. Look.
Going through your life.
Look, and I lick them and they still white on camera. Ain't that a
Look,
bitch?
I don't like your angles at all tonight.
What angles?
The angles
of yours?
Of this shit.
You did that on your own.
I just look like shit. I mean, that's the reality.
Oh my goodness. You ain't looking like an albino Nigerian tonight.
Yeah, I look like the fucking canary yellow whiteout bottle from back in the day. They don't even make that shit no more. Like, why the fuck did they even have that? Like, who the fuck is whiting out shit on this? Like, if you fucked up, just tear the page. Why you gotta white it out? That's wild.
Because
that's wild.
You want all your shit. You
that's
want all your.
Wild.
And Niecy, no, I'm not a stalker. Stop calling me a stalker, yo.
Yeah, she be saying some shit. She called me alcoholic. I'm like, I don't really get drunk like that. She just came at the wrong time. She came towards the drunken time.
That's the best time.
I have some fucking fantastic episodes on here.
That one flew over people's head, but go ahead.
What?
No, go ahead.
What'd you say?
The time you say she came?
Oh. But yeah, you know, I don't be drunk like that, you know?
I mean, we say that for the show after the show. And we ain't had one in a long time.
That's
we
what
ain't
I'm saying. We haven't had an episode with the No Rules fam. I still ain't even met Will. Look.
Yeah.
He don't exist.
Damn, that's crazy. Y'all ain't crossed paths yet.
I mean, we technically crossed paths. I seen him once, but he didn't know I seen him, so that don't count.
None of the women of Townhouse Media have met Will. Even him and CJ never met each other, but he met Dolly before.
Yeah, everybody loves that.
LOL. When I was introduced to AC, they was calling her a drunk like 2 episodes straight, and she was drinking a lot. Oh, and she was drinking. LOL. My bad.
Have CJ and Nympho met yet?
No.
He waiting for that real bad.
Yeah, I don't know when that's gonna happen, but yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But oh, and I got to get on people's head, man. Yo,
Who said you got to get on?
Cause you know, a couple of people hit me and said that how I act on shows, like
it's facts.
I flip flop on shows.
It's facts. You got different personalities on every show. No Rules, you ratchet.
Wow.
Too much game.
I'm ratchet.
Like, you know, civilized.
I'm ratchet.
Cat versus Dog, you're a fucking cheater. Me? And here, you be tired.
Ratchet?
Yeah.
A ratchet.
Licious.
Ben Ready can never be a ratchet.
You don't do dishes.
Ben Ready can't be a ratchet.
I didn't think you could.
I'm not a ratchet. And even look.
I didn't think you could.
That's just
with the ratchetry.
To my people that hit me up
Mark rubbing off on you.
Whoa, pause. Whoa. Yo.
Wait.
Are you fucking kidding me?
See, why you always gotta think some weird ass thoughts? God, what you thought me? Anyway, look.
See, even Lady A know I ain't no stalker. All these meet and greets, the meet and greets. That's.
What do you mean by meet and greet?
I hope it ain't MEAT and greet. I hope it's MEET.
I hope it is meet and greet. What's up with the meet and greet?
I'm not hosting not.
I host the meet and greet.
Nah, if
who wants to greet me with the meat?
Nif?
Anyway, look, it's time to go. It's time to go.
That nigga Nif gonna pull up right now like,
it's time to go.
Okay.
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 All right. So what you got to say? What's your closing thoughts?
No,
your closing
no
thoughts?
closing thoughts. She said you ain't like no 52-week-old. Wow.
What are you reading?
Wow.
What happened?
Anyhow,
You ain't like no 52-week-old pics on her page yet. That's why. Oh, talking about Lady A. You went and liked some shit on Niecy's page from a year ago?
Niecy page? Oh.
Well, who is she talking about? You
She
ain't
probably
like no
talking about-
52-week-old pics on her page yet.
Yeah,
Whose page did you do that
when
to?
we was on the No Rules show, we was going through her all her pictures.
Y'all did that?
I won't say all of them. We went through enough
Why did y'all do that?
because nobody knew who Niecy was. We had to investigate.
So who knows her? I thought y'all all knew her.
Mark, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe Mark know her.
Okay. Niecy,
Yeah.
how you know Mark?
And we had the investigation on the No Rules show. We investigate people's profiles.
What did you find?
Man, last episode they was talking about double D's and triple D's and F.
She said on the big screen, AC. Y'all had her page up on the screen?
Yeah, they was there.
Y'all
But
out of control.
because see, this is the thing on the No Rules.
Out of control.
When I was a guest on the No Rules show, it was people that nobody ever
You
knew who
said
they
a
was.
guest. Nigga, you a fucking regular on that show.
Only when the third person don't
That's
show
every
up.
week. So
Well, on that note,
I mean,
hey,
I love them.
hey,
but
time out. This is crazy. Look, hey, yo, don't play my
they play
people
me
show
every
like that.
week. What do you
And
mean?
I
what
defend
do you
you.
mean?
And that's-
exactly, but I
that-
still got to give my shit off.
Well, I'm talking about this other shit. This is what I'm saying.
Shit. what are you pointing at?
Look, no, this is what I was about to bring up because the people over there always they take shots at you, and I defend them,
they
and I
don't.
defend them. I defend you there.
Mhm.
Then you come back here and you send the shots, and now I got to defend them. Y'all can't keep putting me in the middle of this stuff, man.
I mean, it's only one way to settle this shit.
Oh, y'all gonna have a podcast off?
I've never been invited to the No Rules show. And these niggas have been on our show multiple times.
Well, not the whole cast, just the Elsies.
Well, I mean, is Will a regular on that show? I'm asking. See, look.
He, Mark is
My point is this.
Okay.
No Rules.
Whoa.
How y'all not gonna invite me on y'all show?
Wait, Niecy went to Afterton too? And she went to Westchester
Oh, okay.
and Inglewood. I don't remember you from Atherton. I went to Atherton. Are we the same age? She might be younger than me. But anyhow, we have to stop this this townhouse crime we got going on.
Yeah, I agree.
You guys keep bashing each other, and it's hard.
I'm not bashing.
You guys put me in a horrible place when I have to keep defending everybody.
Okay.
I'm the peacemaker.
All right.
I don't have to bring out the peace to make peace.
Oh. I said, oh.
Oh, what? No, that face said something more than
I
an
said,
oh. Well, pause, yo,
Well,
pause.
you don't have to bring out the peace to make peace.
But yeah,
But,
I think you should be on it. I'm surprised you never got it. Well,
I've never been
because
invited.
of the time, probably
What do you mean?
the time of that
Have anybody
that they
asked me
show.
if I was available?
Nip never asked you to be on the show.
Never.
Wow,
I've never been asked to be on.
and Mark either. Nobody.
I've never.
We
been
have to
asked
set that
be
up.
on
Why
the
not?
show.
Well, it is like they got like a manly show. It's like a
Is
man.
that what you think?
It's like a man cave show.
It's a man cave show.
Yeah, it's like
I
a-
don't think it's a manly show though. But it's a man cave show. They
Hey.
be shooting the shit. They be cracking jokes.
Hey, stop.
I'm just listen. You trying to make it something?
No, I'm just saying.
not saying they're not manly, but they be talking about shit that that anybody could relate to.
Mm.
So I wouldn't say it's a man show. The statistics show
Really?
that
Yeah,
it's primarily women who are listening to the show.
Yeah,
Right?
they do. Yeah, they women.
So
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah.
if anything, I'm helping because you're trying to market it as if it's a man show.
No,
It's a show.
it's a manly show. Like the stuff that they talk about on there, and the a lot, sometimes women get disrespected on there.
They've had other female guests.
They have.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. I know you're trying to help.
You're right.
Niggas always trying to help each other.
You're right.
So let's end that on a positive note. Niggas, let's help each other.
Let's help each other.
Let's help each other.
Let's get AC on the No Rules podcast. Who you gonna sit between?
What? So Mark could, not Mark. So Will could clown me in person. I didn't heard the shit he say talking about bitches look like folded hoodies and shit. I ain't got time for that. Okay, look, let me do a cleanse before I come on their show because I don't have time for Will to be talking about me. Okay.
Of course. She said I wouldn't know about this podcast if I didn't start listening to No Rules. They shouted y'all out. Of course, this is under the umbrella. Of course, and y'all gonna. It's vice versa. You know, we always turn each other's
And I'm
shows
so
on
glad
the
you
people.
came.
Yeah.
So glad you came. You know, I don't even know her, but I feel like I know her.
I don't know. I didn't know her from a goddamn needle in a haystack, but I copped them books this on support because she support
I
the
know,
umbrella.
As soon as I finish this exam, I'm gonna start reading that shit. I just can't even read for pleasure right
You can't get past the nipples. You keep going crazy over.
now. Oh, yeah.
Why you make that face?
Because I wasn't prepared for that. I can't get past the nipples. That wasn't something I was expecting to hear.
You always talking about the damn book, the nipples on the book.
Dude, nipples on fleek though.
On fleek.
I'm gonna just read the cover.
Wow. Mark said we told AC to pull up.
Never. Oh, he be lying.
I refuse to believe that
Oh my
they
God.
never told you.
That's an absolute lie. What I got to lie for?
That's right, Niecy. Most definitely.
It's a lie. But look, we'll
Neither here nor there.
Right, neither here nor there.
So
That's inside shit.
yeah, hopefully I gotta fix this issue going on here, man. I apologize to everybody that listened live. And I'm gonna get it back. We gonna get that music back. We gonna play that song.
Yeah, whatever. I'm over it.
We gonna play that song next week.
Whatever.
You know.
I heard that before. We gonna do this next week. We gonna do that next week.
Well, whatever. I don't know about over there. What
Your
happens?
mic ain't even on.
Yeah, you can't
It's
hear
just
me.
getting lower and lower and lower. Such a disappointment.
Yeah, I don't know.
Last nigga that did that to me, they got lower and lower and lower.
What happened?
Canceled.